Good morning and welcome to another video. I might actually be on the wrong pathway to start with. Oh no, we're not. Right, it looks like we've got to walk past wild horses and it looks like we've got cattle to contend with. We're in a new location. We're out and about. We've got a week's holiday this week and you're going to be seeing a lot from the Norfolk coast, the coastline. But to start off, we came down last night. It was a 4-hour drive. And yeah, we found this nice little park up that I found. Well, I didn't find, it was in the guidebook. I'll put a link up for you in the corner so you can have a look at them. They're Long Valley books by Ellen Bowness and they're really, really good. So I'm using this as my inspiration this week. I'll show you the pages as I go through different areas. I've also posted on the Landscape Vlogtography Adventures Facebook group, which is a group I started, very friendly group for anyone that wants to travel around or take photographs, you know, so come and join us. And links will be in the description below. So yeah, I put a post on there as well. Has anyone got any recommendations? Because if you don't ask, you don't get. So we've got lots of locations to visit this week. Hopefully you'll stick with us for the whole little series. And yeah, today we're looking at Roydon Common. Which is funny because I was born in Croydon, so I keep thinking of Croydon Common, which was up the road from me. But yeah, we're at Roydon Common. I'll put the what 3 words up for you where we are, and any other locations that you might need to know. Just give us a shout, give us a comment, and I'll let you know in the area. But yeah, we're going to head round because there's a lot of heather in the field. That's what it's for. It's a nature reserve, and it's looking pretty spectacular. It was nice last night. The purples are out. We just need to find a way of getting to it. I just spoke to one of the locals. And we've got to do quite a long walk to get round to the other side. It's literally over the other side of these trees, but you've got to do a long walk to get to them. And in the meantime, we've got to get past the wild horses. So I'll speak to you once I get to the heather. So we've just stopped at the gate. We just found a gate. We didn't have to walk as far as we thought just here, but just up there, I'm not sure if you can see it, but up there there's a deer. There's 2 deer in the field there, which is pretty awesome, which is where you wish you had your long lens and they're sitting out that nice golden sort of wheat sort of thing. But yeah, there's one there and there's one just about there, just got their head up peeking this way because they can obviously see us moving. But yeah, we're heading into this. This is where we're going now. Going to head into this and have a see if I can find a couple of lone trees like the one up the top. Where are we? One up the top there, something like that, with some nice pinks in front of it. Or Denise wants a nice big white cow, so she's hoping to get a white cow out of all of this. I don't particularly mind if I don't get near the cow. But we've just been playing with the wild horses. So this is where we are. This is our location. I'll just show you the signboard. And it looks pretty cool. It's only a small area, but here we go. This is our habitat in the area that we are. So we've got lots of different things. There's even adders and stuff around here as well, and that's where we're going into that over there. So you can see Denise down there now. She's getting a bit braver getting along the cows. She wants some camera club photographs of the white cows and the purple heathers. I've just been taking a couple of this guy down here, or this, wherever she is, this young lady here. She's pretty cool amongst all the pink heathers. So I've just taken a couple of snaps of her and a friend that's just walked past. So you haven't found me tree yet, haven't found me lone tree, but there's definitely some trees around. So I like that one over there. There's two right behind you at the moment that look really, really good. There's definitely a few dotted trees, and there's one over in the distance. That looks amazing. Let me just show you this one. If I can get to that, that looks pretty spectacular. Right over there. You can see it right down there. In the distance there's a really wide tree with the purples around it, but yeah, we've got 2 trees just here that look pretty good, and yeah, there's a few dotted around. I think this is probably one of those locations where you could do with a little bit of atmosphere, a little bit of mist. Now yeah, I was here this morning, but I didn't get up. The alarm went off at 5:30 and I just stayed in bed. I watched the forecast last night and it wasn't giving anything totally interesting, so I thought I won't bother. I'll have a bit of a lie in, and then I always feel guilty because I've lied in. So yeah, I'll come back to you as soon as I get to a tree, and I think Favourable is the one I'm looking at the moment. We're going to head over that way and see what we can make out of that. I'm trying to get myself in a position. We've walked round. I abandoned that tree over there because you couldn't see a way through without trampling through the heather. And I know the cows are eating it and trampling all over it, but us humans aren't allowed to, are we? Yeah, I want to try and explain what I'm trying to do. I've got these two trees behind me now. I've taken a long shot, took a long shot from up the top there. I will bob it up for you and let you have a quick look. I put the long lens on, just on a handheld shot, but I'm just trying to walk around now to try and find myself a position where I like, the trees look okay with some really nice heather in front. Now I know there's loads of heather in front of these two trees at the moment like this, but is it enough? There's some sort of shades or tones in the sky, not a lot. Yeah, some mist would be absolutely amazing, but I'm not sure. Maybe something from here, maybe sort of do like a bit of a minimal shot so the trees are quite small. I think the favourable one we're looking at is that one over there. We're going to try and get round to that one. I think we could probably get closer to it and have a better look at it. Now there is a path that leads you to these two trees, I think, but I think I might be too close. Now the other option is see if I can get through to the bank just on the side here and sort of maybe look a little bit further down, but I might try something here. I might just give it a go. I've got some ferns I can put right in the foreground. Yeah, maybe something like this. I've got some ferns right down here in the foreground. I've got some pinks, some purples, then I've got my trees, and I've got a little bit of colour and some definition in the sky. So I think let's just try one from here. And Denise is miles away now. She's right over there. I don't know where she's going, but I don't know what she's up to. She's on the hunt. So yeah, let's try one here, see if it works. I'll put the camera on a tripod. I can walk around a bit on my shoulder then, and yeah, see if I can make this one work. So I've taken a couple of handheld shots, and the tripod is out. Now, this is quite a simple shot. It literally is trees on the right hand thirds, horizon on the top line thirds, and then heather, just purple heather everywhere else. It's kind of a semi-minimal shot. Quite like it. I'm focusing on the heather more in the foreground, and I'll let it sort of float out if it needs to. It's f11, so it shouldn't do. There is a little tiny bit of colour in the sky, not a lot, but enough to be not grey. Yeah, there's not much else I can do about that. My ISO, for whatever reason, is on automatic. I don't know why it was on auto. It should have gone down to 160 anyway, because it's quite bright outside. So yeah, I've been shooting with the ISO quite high by the looks of it. That's because I was messing around with street photography settings and I hadn't put it back. So that's probably why. There's a lesson to be learned, and there, make sure you check your camera before you go out. So yeah, I'm quite pleased with that. That's not bad. Now Denise has just shouted me on the radio, said there's a leading line right to the trees. So I'm going to walk around now to where she is and see if I can get a shot of that. But yeah, this isn't a bad little photo. It's let's have a quick look and show you what it is we're looking at. Spin it round, there you go. So look at that, I've got that little tree, and if I zoom in a little bit, I'm sort of looking at something more like that, sort of quite a minimal shot with the two trees, and like I said, there is a little bit of definition in the sky, but it's all about all this pinks and purples there. So not a bad little shot to start with on the tripod anyway. So yeah, let's move on, see if we can find another one. I've got another one set up. I was making my way over towards Denise, and then I've come to a dead end, so I've got to go back to the pathway. I thought I could get more through the heather, but I can't. But I've got another one set up in front of me. This is really quite nice. This one's actually much better than the last one. You see, I've got this nice patch of green heather just there, but just this thick display of heather right in front of us, and then the trees are over in the distance. So this will probably end up as a square crop. So I cut off this sort of side there that I don't need that bit, and I sort of cut off this sort of side there. So I think it's going to end up a square, or if not a square, then we'll go for a 10 by 8, and then we'll do it this way, or a 5 by 4. But that's my shot. That's what I'm looking at. So I'm going to focus on the heather on this one, or the fern. Sorry, not the heather. I'm going to focus on the fern, and I'm going to do my 2-second time because my camera's actually sitting on the heather at the moment. That's actually quite nice, and I will, just for a safety bracket, focus just a bit further into the frame just to make sure I reach the trees with the focus. But I like that. I think that one's really nice because those greens really do pop against that purples or pinks I think that works really, really well. I think that's an absolutely stunning shot, and there's, like I say, there's some definition in the sky, and it's trying to spit, but it isn't raining just yet. But yeah, what a beautiful little place to be in. This is really, really nice. End of August this is as well, last week of August, so this is one of the best times obviously to come up to this place, because obviously all the heather's going to be out. But yeah, there's adders up here as well, so make sure you've got a good pair of boots and long trousers. So we've got adders, I've seen lots of caterpillars, and there's all sorts going on in this fern. So yeah, just be careful when you do come up here. Don't go wandering through it willy-nilly. But yeah, what a great picture to carry on with. Now I'm going to get around to see Denise, see what these leading lines are all about. She keeps rambling on about. Right, so I've caught up with the lady wife, and she said, "Oh, look at this, come and have a look at this picture I've just taken." She said, "You might be able to make a better job of it than me." Well,
not taking it, editing it.
Yeah, not taking it, but editing, she says. And it's pretty much the same as what I took from over there, so I just showed her my better version.
We'll see.
We'll see, she just said. But yeah, what she was looking at is the ferns in the bottom. Which is exactly that same key thing, you know, looking for those greens. Now, we're on this path, as you can see, I've got this nice path now leading up to these trees. What I don't like is the trees are now sticking up a bit further, so there's more sky involved. It's looking grey that direction. But what I will do is I try and get up on the bank here a little bit. You can get in between the heather and just get up on the bank and just get a little bit higher. And now this angle here looks a little bit better for me, so the path's a little bit narrower, or even a bit further over. The path's a bit narrower now, and the trees have got more heather around them. So I'll bring my tripod, I'll put my tripod on here, I think, and we'll try a shot there, and then we'll make our way, because there are some gaps in the heather. You can sort of creep through the heather a little bit into places, as long as you don't go trampling all over it. I've just spoken to a wildlife photographer who's just over the side here, and he just said there's a white-tailed eagle around at the moment as well. But yeah, from back there is quite nice, where I just walk down the path, so I sort of get a long shot, sort of leading down, making the trees smaller but having that longer path. So let's get the camera out, set up a couple of shots for these two trees, and then we'll find that single one which is right behind it, which looks absolutely amazing. That's definitely a tree to be had on its own. Camera's set up, tripod's quite high, I've got it at least my eye level, or maybe a little bit more. That's the reason, is to bring in less sky, so the higher I can go, the less sky I get. I can see if I can sort of show you what I mean. Shooting the trees, sort of zoom in a little bit, sort of like this, sort of down here. But if you come up higher, you can take in more heather and less sky. So rather than being down there, coming up like that, it just gives you a little bit less sky. Now I've got the path leading down to this bottom left hand corner. It's not quite tight into the corner, but it's leading you into the image, to picking up those trees. I'm not sure about these two. I might actually clone them out to make these look a bit more minimal. It depends on what they look like when I go back and look at the image. So I'm on f11, focus just on the pathway leading in. That's going to be plenty sharp enough right the way through, and I am bracketing because I need to keep that sky in as well. I'm shooting with my average exposure of 0. I could go down slightly, but there's no need, because I'm bracketing, I'm picking up all the information. I'm not as keen on this shot as I am the last one with the ferns in it. I think the ones with the ferns in it's far better, a lot more purpler. But we'll see what this looks like when I get back to the camera, back to the computer. What I am going to do though is I'm going to definitely go back that way and get a longer shot, I think, leading in, and then I'm going to go over and have a look at that single tree. So I've got my tree, I've managed to get round to where my tree is. Framing it's not quite so easy. I'm having to frame it with greens in the bottom from the ferns, then I've got the purples, then I've got the tree. I may try and get a bit lower, but as I get lower I lose the purples. It's not quite what I want. I could try and maybe wade myself through the ferns a little bit. If I can just wade myself through the ferns a little bit, I might be able to get lower and get the tree as I want to get it. At the moment it's quite nice, but it's just not quite separated as much as I wanted it to be. So I may just try and get a little bit closer if I can and get a little bit lower, because definitely lower is going to be more of a winner. Let me see if I can do that. This one's at f11. Have a look at this one, then I'll show you the next one if I can get a bit closer and just try and nail it. But what a lovely shaped tree this is. I managed to get through. So just setting up my composition now. I'm chopping out the sky, keeping the sky out of the image. I'm trying to get the tree, I'm going to get the tree trunk bang in the center, and I'm focusing now down on the heather in the foreground. This is all pinks. There's a natural leading line. If you look at this image and examine it, you'll see there's a natural leading line coming from the right hand bottom corner, which I think works really, really well. So I'm going to take a few shots of this tree and I'm going to put them all up together for you. I'm going to take one like this. I'm going to go a little bit lower, but I think if I go lower, let me see if I can show you what I'm trying to explain. So at the moment I've got the tree about this high. This is where my camera is, so you can see I'm looking at about this height, and I've cut the top of the the sky off as much as I can. I'm even in a bit closer than that, somewhere like that, and you can't quite see underneath. But if I go down now and go down and down and down, it starts to appear more singularly, and you get this horizon coming through underneath. Now I'm not sure whether having that little bit of white underneath works or not, but I'm going to take the shot down this low anyway, because then it'll give me the two, one from this low with the horizon splitting the tree, and then coming back up, one with the horizon being cut by the tree, and then you don't get that horrible white line underneath it. But I think it'll work. If it was a sunset or a nice bit of mist, it would definitely work being down here. That would be definitely the shot to take. So yeah, let's get this one taken. I'm going to put them up on the screen, because this video is getting longer and longer, and I try not to make my videos too long these days, but I can't help it when I'm talking about what it is I'm doing. So yeah, I'm going to get 2 or 3 shots of this, put them up on the screen, comment in the comments below and let me know which one you prefer out of the ones I get for this. I'm going to try a bit more of a leading line, a little bit less of a leading line, and maybe even add a bit of fern to it as well. So maybe 4 or 5 different images. I'll put them all up on a slideshow for you. Let me know, 1, 2, 3, 4 or 5. So I've had to switch the camera back on to explain this shot for you, because this one is well cool. Really like this shot. Whilst standing on the path and trying to get a couple of images, I noticed this prickly, weedy, spiny, American looking type of weed or whatever it is, but it looks really good. Better than the ferns. It looks really good and extremely spiky and sharp. Now what I am doing is I'm focus stacking right through the image. I'm taking a few of the spikes because I want to try and keep all them spikes in nice and sharp, and you'll see what I mean afterwards, and then the trees in the background just to finish your eye off. But I really like them prickly greeny spikes. Can I show you on here? Let's see if I can show you on here. If I'm going to spin it round and see if I can show you what it is I'm trying to show you. But down there you can just see here, look at this, just here, these prickly spiky things sticking up there that I wanted to get all that in, and I'm shooting horizontal so I can get the tree in up there as well. So I'm shooting a horizontal image to get all that in. But yeah, that's definitely what I wanted to get in, and I think I've managed it. I think I've managed to get it all in. I've got the camera down quite low, as you can see I'm bent down at the moment, but yeah, that's a cracking little shot. I may even try one, just a single shot, sort of about f16, see if that makes a difference, and get right down close on the heather in the foreground and make sure everything's super sharp in the foreground, and just to be able to blend the images in going through, because that's really cool. I like that. It's a little bit different. I wasn't expecting to find that, so the unexpected is always one of the best images. Right, so I think I'll take one more and then I'll call it quits on this video. We've got loads of locations to go. So yeah, we need to move on. This is going to turn into a long one. This is all about exploring, I think. I've just found another image with some more of these prickly, gnarly things. I've got closer and closer, and I really like this one as well. And I'm going to get extremely close on one in a minute because I think it's full of like I don't know, spider web or something is in it. I'm going to get really close in a minute, but yeah, I'm just taking this shot because I've got a little path that leads you through between the tree and between these two spiky things. I certainly wouldn't want to be falling on them because they don't half look prickly. I'm just taking a random amount of shots, all with different focal points. Now, I know I've got no light on the subject, but I don't know if it actually matters, to be honest. I'll take one right at the tree as well, make sure the tree is pinned sharp. But it just gets better and better as I'm moving through the shot, as I'm moving through the ferns and the heather and the stuff. It's just getting better and better and better. So yeah, this video is all about improvement. How better can you make your image? How much nicer can it be from the first one you took? And this is definitely getting better. Hopefully you'll agree. Now I've got right on top of this creepy looking prickly bush that's got these really, I don't know, it is covered in a cobweb. It's got this frosting of web all over it, and bearing in mind there's no frost and no mist, this is really quite a creepy looking bush, and one that I would definitely not put my hand in because I do not know what's in there. Now I don't know whether this is a better image than the last one, but this is definitely, I've gone wide angle now and I've got this massive prickly spiny scariness in the foreground, and it's really quite cool, but I'm just not sure if it's better than the last shot. I've taken lots of this because I'm trying to get this all in focus if I can. It's really quite hard. I just need to spin my screen around so I can have a look and see, because I can't see my composition very well with the brightness on the sky. But that's looking quite eerie. I might try and get a little bit further on top of it and look down on it if I can, but I just can't seem to get it all in. But that is one hell of a lot of web. Right, so I think that's me done for this one. I hope you enjoyed it. How to improve your image, but just keep moving forward and keep looking and keep searching. I'm going to make my way back through this little patch of ferns now, creep my way back through, go back over to the wife, head back to the van, go back and get some breakfast, even though it's probably more like lunchtime now. But I've had a good morning out. I've enjoyed myself walking around with a camera, and I think that's what it's all about. Get out with your camera and just enjoy it and take photographs, because unless you're out enjoying your camera, there's no point in having one. So thanks for watching. Don't forget, like and subscribe as per normal. Please share this video, it really does help if you do, and give it the thumbs up. Give it the thumbs up, because that's really important to the algorithms of the channel. And hopefully we'll see you at the next location. And I'm going to try and make these shorter, but it's just not happening, is it? So I'm back to the wife now. Till next time, ciao for now. Say bye, wife.
Bye.
Bye.